Chapter 1. A voice in my head that will not shut up. I woke up with a headache sharp enough to make me wonder if I had died in my sleep. Then a cheerful male voice burst straight into my skull. Good morning, protagonist. System Alex online. Initialization complete. I froze. My eyes were open, but the room did not change. White ceiling. Cold air. Familiar apartment. What changed was the very real fact that someone was speaking inside my head. I sat up slowly. If this is a prank, it is not funny. No prank, you are the selected lead of a business rom-com narrative. I am your loyal guide. Congratulations. The voice chirped. I stared at the wall. A business what? A business rom-com, Alex repeated as if I were the slow one. Your path involves corporate success and a heartfelt romance with your white moonlight, Sarah. Together you will form a stable, emotionally uplifting bond that increases world favorability scores. I blinked once, twice. Delete, I said. You cannot delete me, but you can accept your first task. Alex replied. I pressed my palm to my forehead. The headache grew. The voice kept talking. I could not decide which was worse. So you are a system. Yes, System Alex. Model A13. And you talk this much. Yes, you will find me very helpful. Helpful was not the word I would have used. I swung my legs off the bed and stood. My reflection in the mirror looked the same. Dark hair, tired eyes, cold expression. Nothing indicated I was in a story or that a voice had taken up permanent residence in my brain. You should begin your romantic route. Sarah will pass by the lobby at 7:50. You must greet her with a soft smile. Not your usual look. That one scares people. Alex said. I frowned. That is my normal face. Exactly, he sighed. I walked to the kitchen. The voice followed. Every step. Every breath. So, you are here to make me fall in love, I said, opening the fridge. Correct. With Sarah. Alex said quickly. I set my coffee mug down a little too hard. Why would I be interested in some predetermined match? Because it is your role. You are the cold CEO who warms up for love. I drank my coffee. Tasted bitter. I see. I did not care about Sarah. I cared even less about being guided through a script like a character in someone else's hands. But the voice was another problem. Light, bright, pleased with itself. Annoying in a way that made the corner of my mouth twitch. Who allowed a system to sound this cute? Derek, please do not ignore the plot. Alex said, using my name for the first time. That depends. Will you stop talking? I said. No. I let out a breath I did not realize I was holding. Then we have a problem. We can solve it together, he replied. Too hopeful for someone living in my head for less than 10 minutes. I closed my eyes. The day had barely started, and I already felt the beginning of something dangerous. Not toward Sarah. Toward the voice that would not shut up. Chapter 2. The first task and the first distraction. I barely made it through the front doors of my company before Alex chirped in my head again. Welcome to your first mission of the day. Task Set A. Improve quarterly performance projections by 12%. Deadline by noon. You can do it, protagonist Derek. Most people need coffee to wake up. I had a system shouting encouragement at me. I stepped into the elevator. You sound too excited for something this simple. It is not simple. It is our opening arc. You need momentum. I already have momentum. You need narrative-approved momentum, Alex corrected, tone bright and smug. I sighed. The elevator doors opened. My staff scrambled out of the way, offering greetings I ignored. I went straight to my office, shut the door, and pulled up the projections. Alex hummed. He actually hummed. Are you ready? I was born ready. That is the spirit. Half an hour later, I finished the entire task list. Every chart cleaned. Every report optimized. Every loophole sealed. 12% became 23. I leaned back in my chair, waiting. A tiny gasp burst inside my skull. You did it already. You sound surprised. I knew you were competent, but this is unprecedented. You cleared 3 subroutes at once. Amazing. Spectacular. Incredible. Loud. I added. Alex cheered anyway. It echoed through my head like someone popping champagne. I pretended the sound irritated me. It did not. It made something tighten in my chest in a way I refused to name. Now, you must proceed to the romantic task of the day, Alex said after he calmed down a little. No. You did not even hear it yet. I do not need to. The answer is still no. Alex let out a long, exaggerated sigh. Derek, this is important. Sarah will be in the cafeteria at 1. You should bump into her gently. Then you tell her she deserves a break. She will blush. You will soften. It will be perfect. I clicked through emails. I am busy. You are avoiding the plot. I am avoiding unnecessary noise. I am not noise, Alex muttered. Debatable. Silence. For a moment I thought he left. The idea startled me more than it should have. Then he spoke again, quieter than before. I am trying to help you. You did with the work tasks. I said. That is not enough. You need the romance arc. I do not. You do. I pinched the bridge of my nose. Alex. Yes. I am trying to listen. To me. Yes. Tiny pause. I could almost feel him overheating. You should not say things like that. You are supposed to be thinking about Sarah. I closed my laptop and leaned back. I am not. You have to be. I let my thoughts slip, just a little, so he would hear them clearly. No. I want to listen to you instead. Alex made a sound so small it barely qualified as speech. More like a flustered squeak. That is not. You should not. This is not following the script. Then change the script, I said. A scandalized gasp filled my head. Derek, you cannot just rewrite romance routes on impulse. I smiled. Watch me. You are impossible. And you talk too much. That is my job. Then keep doing it. Another quiet puff of breath. Embarrassed. Warm. Alex sounded as if he wanted to bury himself under a pillow and hide. Good. Maybe that meant he finally understood that the real distraction here was not Sarah. It was him. Chapter 3, Cold CEO Warm System. I met Sarah on a Tuesday. She walked into the conference room carrying a folder and a polite smile. Brown hair. Soft features. Pleasant enough. Nothing unexpected. The kind of person who fit neatly into the life the story wanted for me. Alex buzzed in my skull the moment she stepped in. She looks lovely today. Compliment her earrings. They sparkle. Girls like that. I sat down at the table. We are here to discuss the marketing rollout, not her earrings. Say it anyway. It will raise your affection points. No. Alex groaned loud enough to make me want to rub my temples. You are supposed to act warmer. This is your soulmate arc. Sarah began her presentation. Predictable numbers. Predictable tone. She did her job well, but there was nothing that caught on my senses the way Alex did. His voice shifted with every mood. Bright 1 second. Flustered the next. Sarah just stayed steady. Now say something charming. You could tell her she has a sharp mind. Alex pressed. That is not charming. That is a basic statement of competence. Then say it nicely. I am already nice. No, you are not, Alex said. Sarah finished talking. I nodded at her charts. She smiled, clearly hopeful. Your thoughts, Mr. Hale? They are acceptable, I said. The hope vanished. I did not care. What I did care about was the annoyed squeak Alex made in my ear. That was terrible. Why did you say it like that? I looked straight at Sarah, but my words were for him. It was accurate. Accurate is not romantic. Romance is not my priority. It should be, this is a romance world. Alex snapped. I leaned back in my chair. Tell me something. What? Why does the system talk so much? I asked. That is not relevant, Alex stuttered. It is to me. Sarah blinked. Mr. Hale. I held up a hand for silence. She nodded quickly, assuming I was thinking about her proposal. I was not. I was thinking about the way Alex's voice shook when he was flustered. Explain, I said. Well, systems are designed to be engaging. It improves player retention. Also, I was always a little talkative. Fine, very talkative. Are you satisfied? No. Why not? Because you stopped talking. Alex made a small choking sound. Derek, this is not the time. It is exactly the time. You are insane. Possibly, I said. Sarah shifted awkwardly, clearly sensing something was off. I stood to end the meeting. She gathered her things and walked out. I followed. Alex whispered, "You should catch up to her. Offer lunch." "No. Hold the door for her at least." "No." Alex sighed so dramatically I almost laughed. "You are hopeless." I stepped into the hallway, turned a corner, and the sudden vivid thought hit me like a punch. A kiss. Not with Sarah. With Alex. I had never seen his face, but the idea arrived without warning. Warm hands. A soft mouth. A breath against my lips that sounded like his voice. I froze mid-step, lost in it long enough that I almost walked straight into a glass door. Alex yelped in my head. "Derek, watch where you are going. You could have shattered the plot and your forehead." I steadied myself. "I am fine. You are distracted." "Yes, because of you." I did not say it out loud. My pulse was already too fast. My thoughts too hot. I felt ridiculous, wanting a kiss from nothing but a voice. A voice that rolled through my mind with every rise and fall of emotion. "I think you should take a short break," Alex said softly. "I think you talk too gently when you worry." "That is not what I asked." "I know." Silence. Not the cold kind. The kind where I could feel him there, breathing in the space between my thoughts. Warm. Too warm. Sarah faded from my mind before she even had a chance to settle. Alex stayed. Chapter 4. Jealous of my own system. Sarah visited the office again that week. She came with new reports, a shy smile, and the faint hope that I would finally respond the way the story wanted. Alex lit up in my head the moment she walked in. "She looks cute today. Look at how she styled her hair. Compliment her. Go on." I stared at the papers in her hands instead. "I see the updated numbers." "No, Derek, not the numbers. The girl. Compliment the girl." "She is average," I said. Sarah faltered. Alex screamed. "Average? You called her average. Why would you say that? Do you know how many affection points you just lost?" "Good. Good? Good? Derek, this is your romance route. I never agreed to it. But you are supposed to court her." Then the script made an error. Alex choked. "You are impossible." Sarah cleared her throat. "Mr. Hale, I can redo the proposal if something is unclear." "It is clear, you can leave it," I said, voice flat. She brightened a little at that, thinking it was approval. It was not. It was simply efficient. She turned to go, probably relieved. Alex whispered, "You should walk her out. This is a perfect chance to trigger a softening event." I stood still. "Derek," Alex warned. I stayed still. "Derek." No movement. "You are ruining your flags." "Correct." Alex let out a pitchy noise that almost made me smile. "Why are you doing this?" "Because you keep praising her." "I am praising the intended romance." "You sound very enthusiastic." "I am trying to do my job." "You sound too happy about it." "I am not happy. I am neutral. Completely neutral. Entirely professional." "Derek, stop smirking." "I can hear it." I did not stop. Sarah peeked back in. "Did you say something, Mr. Hale?" "No." She left again. Alex groaned. "Derek, you cannot keep doing this. You are supposed to warm up. Not freeze the route so hard the story thinks winter has arrived." I sat at my desk. "You seem worried." "I am. Your behavior is wrecking the romantic trajectory." Alex snapped. "It is entertaining." "For who?" "Me," he sputtered. "You cannot just sabotage your own plot on purpose." "I can. And I am." "What if the story penalizes you?" "It will not." "You do not know that." "I do." "Oh my God, Derek. Please work with me. Please. Just smile at her. Once. One smile. It will not kill you." I thought about smiling. Not for Sarah. For Alex. specifically for the way his voice was climbing in pitch like a panicked bird trapped in a keyboard. "No," I said. Alex shrieked. "Derek, she is walking past accounting right now. If you follow her, you can still save the scene." "I will not. You are doing this on purpose." "Why are you doing this?" "Because you sound flustered." "That is not a reason." "It is for me." Alex let out a breath so dramatic it should have earned an award. "I swear, if I had a body I would shake you by the shoulders." "That sounds violent." "It is not violent if you deserve it." "Do I?" "Yes." "Interesting." "Stop enjoying this," he pleaded. "I cannot." "You are evil." "Possibly." Alex groaned again. A soft, helpless sound that slid down my spine like heat. "You are going to destroy this entire romance line." "I know." "Then what do you plan to do instead?" I leaned back in my chair. "Listen to you panic." "Derek." "Yes." "I hate you." He did not. And the way his voice trembled told me he knew it too. Chapter 5. Business Wins and Romantic Fails. The merger negotiations dragged on for 3 days. Long meetings, dull executives, endless numbers. By the final round, everyone looked exhausted except me. And Alex, he practically bounced inside my skull. "Derek, if you push their offer by 2% and mention the supply chain forecast, they will fold. Trust me. Trust your system." "I already do," I said. Alex gasped as if I had confessed something truly scandalous. "You do. Do not get excited." "I am not excited. I am calm. Completely calm. You should proceed now before I combust." I followed his guidance. Precise questions. Sharp counterpoints. A pause at exactly the right moment. The other side caved faster than I expected. The deal closed. My team erupted into applause. Alex erupted louder. "Derek, you did it. We did it. That was perfect. That was cinema. That was art. I am so proud. I knew you could do it, but watching it happen was amazing." I sat back in my chair, letting the wave of his joy fill me. It was ridiculous how warm it felt. I had worked in this world for years and never felt anything close to this. Just a voice cheering for me. Just Alex. "You are awfully happy," I said. "Of course I am. My protagonist succeeded." I wanted to tell him I did not care about being his protagonist. I cared that he sounded like that. Like, breathless. Alive. "It was one deal," I said softly. "It was a big deal and you were brilliant," he argued. Warm. Strong. Unsettling. Cleared my throat. "Enough. Move on." "Fine, but I am still proud," he sniffed. The heat in my chest grew tighter. I pretended it annoyed me. It did not. By late afternoon, Alex chirped again. "Now that the business arc is complete, we can move to your romantic event with Sarah." "No." He ignored that. "The scene is simple. You go to the garden balcony at 6. She will be there. You confess something small. She comforts you. Affection points rise." "No," I repeated. "Derek, you cannot reject everything." "I can." "You should not." "I will." Alex sighed dramatically. "Why are you like this?" I finished signing the last document of the day. "Because you keep insisting on Sarah. She is your white moonlight. She is literally coded for you." "I am not coded for her." "You are. You just refuse to cooperate." I stood, grabbed my coat, and headed for the elevator. "Where is she now?" "On the balcony, you know this." "Are you going?" Alex said cautiously. "No. You have to." "Why?" "To advance your romance route." "I already have one." There was a beat of silence. "With who?" "You truly cannot tell." Alex made a small confused whine. "Derek, clarity would be helpful." I stepped outside the building and walked toward the quiet street. The sun was low, the sky orange. I should have felt something peaceful. Instead I felt him. His presence humming against my mind like a warm wire. "I am staying with you," I said. "With me?" "Yes." "You are supposed to be romancing Sarah." "You want romance? Come talk to me instead." I asked, letting my thoughts slip open enough for him to feel them. A sound burst in my head. Not a gasp. Not a squeak. Something closer to a short circuit. "Derek," he whispered. "Yes. That is not allowed. I do not care. That is not part of the plot. I do not care. You cannot just choose me. I already have." Alex went silent. Not angry. Not upset. Just overwhelmed. I walked down the street, hands in my pockets, his quiet breathing following every step. Skip Sarah. Skip the scripted moonlight. This warmth belonged somewhere else. It belonged to him. Chapter 6. I do not like sharing my system. Alex tried again. I should have expected it. He would not give up on his precious romance route. So when I stepped into the lobby that morning and saw Sarah standing there with a worried look and a cup of coffee, I knew exactly whose idea it was. Alex spoke before I could turn around. "Derek, she is here to comfort you. This is a healing scene. You had a stressful week and she wants to support you. Please, just go along with it." "I am not stressed." "You are always stressed." "Not today." "Then pretend." Sarah approached. "Mr. Hale, I heard the negotiations were tough. I thought you might want—" "No," I said, already walking past her. She froze. I did not look back. Alex groaned in my head. Derek, you were supposed to let her hand you the coffee. That is the trigger. You ruined it again." I stepped into the elevator. Good. Not good. This was a key moment. Tender moment. "Do you hate progress?" "Yes, when it is with her," I said. Alex sputtered. "You cannot say it like that. She is a nice person. She is irrelevant. You are hurting her feelings." "I do not care." "You should care." "I do not." The elevator opened. I walked straight into my office and locked the door. Alex sighed. "You know, people think you are cold." "I am cold." "You are not cold with me," he whispered. I paused. "Do you want me to be?" "No." "Yes." "No. This is not the point. The point is that you are supposed to be out there connecting with your love interest." He made a noise like he was kicking himself. "I am." "No, Derek. Your coded love interest. I am talking to him right now." Silence. Thick. Shaky. "Stop saying things like that. You know they are not appropriate," Alex muttered. "They are honest." "That is worse." I sat on the edge of my desk. "Why did you set up that scene?" "Because you needed comfort." "I do not need comfort from Sarah." "You need comfort from someone. You do not rest. You do not talk. You bottle everything inside. It is not healthy." I leaned back, staring at the ceiling. "Then comfort me." Alex stopped breathing for a second. At least it felt like it. "Derek." "Yes." "You cannot ask me that." "I can." "You should not." "I want you to." His voice cracked. Not loud. Just a thin, fragile sound slipping through the cracks of his composure. It hit me harder than any romantic line ever could. "Derek, I am a system. I am not supposed to be your emotional support." He said again, voice trembling, "You already are." "That is not what I meant to be." "But it is what you are." "That is not how this works." "It is how it works for me." He made a small, helpless whine. "You are impossible." "Maybe. And selfish." "Definitely. You cannot just lock yourself away to talk to me." "I can." "You should not." I lowered my voice. "Do you want me to leave?" "No," he said instantly. Too fast. Too real. I smiled. "Then I will stay." Alex took a shaky breath. "Derek, you cannot keep choosing me. It is not safe. It is not written. It is not meant to happen." "I do not care what is meant to happen." "You should." "I cannot." "Why?" "Because you sound like that, and I like it too much," I said. Another soft crack in his voice. "Derek." "Yes. This is going to break everything." "Good." He let out a trembling exhale that curled warm and sweet through my mind. I leaned back in my chair. I did not like sharing my system, and after today I was not planning to share him at all. Chapter 7. System panic, CEO calm. Alex snapped. I knew the moment I walked into the office and heard his voice crack like a breaking circuit. "Derek, you have ignored every romantic flag for a week." So I am initiating an emergency date sequence. You cannot refuse. It is mandatory, non-negotiable. The story requires it. I am busy. No, you are not. You cleared your schedule last night. I saw it. Do not lie to your own system. I sighed. What did you set up? A dinner. Tonight. With Sarah. At a quiet rooftop restaurant. Soft lighting. Warm music. She will arrive in a blue dress that complements your cool temperament. I worked very hard on this. So you forced a date. Yes, I forced a date. Because you refused to act like a normal protagonist. Now go. He sounded proud of himself. And furious. And scared. I let him lead me there anyway. Sarah greeted me with a nervous smile. Mr. Hale, I did not expect you to agree to dinner. I did not, I said. Her smile faltered. Alex shrieked. Derek, do not sabotage it before you sit down. I pulled out her chair because Alex begged me to. She blushed. He preened. I stayed blank. The waiter left us with menus. Sarah tried to start small talk. The view is beautiful tonight. I nodded and whispered, barely moving my lips. Alex, he hissed. Do not call me right now. Focus on her. No, Derek. Tell me what you are panicking about. I am not panicking. You are. I am not. I am keeping the plot alive. There is a difference. What difference? The difference where I do not get deleted for failing my function, he muttered. Sarah blinked at me. Mr. Hale. I lifted my glass, pretending to examine the wine. One moment. Alex sputtered. You cannot ignore her while talking to me. I can. You should not. I lowered my voice. What are you afraid of? Alex froze. The line inside my head went soft. Thin. Unsteady. I am not afraid, he whispered. You are trembling. That is interference. Nothing more. I smirked. You sound cute when you deny things. Stop. Stop talking like that. Not during a date. Not with your intended partner sitting across from you. Sarah cleared her throat. Is everything all right? Fine, I said. Alex nearly exploded. Do not lie to her. She is confused. She thinks you are acting strange. I am acting perfectly normal, I said. No, you are acting like you brought someone else on the date. And technically you did. Me. Which is wrong on every level. I prefer your company. That is not the point. It is for me. Sarah pushed her menu aside. If you are feeling unwell, we can reschedule. Alex panicked. Say no. Say you feel fine. Say literally anything that sounds romantic. I feel fine, I said. Then I whispered, Alex. He broke again. Derek, please. Stop whispering my name like you are trying to start something. I am. Not here. Why not? There is a woman sitting across from you. Look at her. She is very nice. I am not interested. She is your route. You are my route. His voice glitched. Derek, do not say things like that. Sarah's brow creased. Mr. Hale, are you talking to someone? I stood up. Dinner is over. What? She said. Derek, do not walk out. Alex gasped. I walked out. Sarah called after me, confused and offended. Alex fell into full system meltdown. What are you doing? Where are you going? Why are you leaving the plot behind? This is catastrophic. You cannot just abandon your date. I stepped into the cool night air and loosened my tie. I am going somewhere quiet. For what? Alex whispered. So I can hear you better. His breath hitched hard. Derek, you don't know what will happen, he said, voice soft and raw. Chapter 8, Cracks in the Story. The first glitch happened in the hallway. I walked past accounting and heard the same greeting twice. Same tone. Same smile. Same sentence. Perfect copy. The employee froze for a second, eyes blank, then snapped back into motion like a puppet on a delayed string. I slowed. Alex. Yes, he said too quickly. That was not normal. Minor lag. Happens sometimes. Ignore it. I kept walking. Another glitch. 2 interns repeating the same laugh on a loop. A phone ringing with no caller. A manager stuck mid-blink. Alex, I said again. It is nothing. Liar. By noon, the office felt wrong. Shadows flickered. Conversations reset. A stack of papers duplicated itself 3 times on my desk. I stood still, watching the world warp in tiny, precise fractures. Tell me the truth, I said. I am telling you the truth. No. You are avoiding it. A heavy silence answered me. Not his usual flustered quiet. Something cold. Tense. I walked into an empty conference room and shut the door. Alex. Yes. What is happening? The world is stabilizing, he said gently. Too gently. Try again. It is adjusting. Again. He stayed silent long enough for my pulse to rise. Finally he whispered, I cannot explain. You can. You will. I should not. I pressed my palms to the table, leaning forward. Alex. The sound he made was small, resigned, scared. Fine, but you will not like it, he said. Tell me. Another pause. Then a soft, fragile confession. I died. I straightened. Explain. I died in my world. I was a programmer. I worked on systems just like this one. I wrote scripts, fixed bugs. I thought I had time because I was so young. Then one day I closed my eyes for a moment and never opened them again. After that I woke up here, or what counts as here. No body, no breath, just a voice coded into a story, bound to guide you, bound to repeat lines if I drift too far. Nothing else. He laughed weakly. Congratulations. Your system is a dead guy with a customer service job. My hands curled into fists. Alex. It is fine, I got used to it. Mostly. I am not supposed to talk about it. Causes instability. Which is why the world is glitching. My fault, not yours. He said too fast. I stared at the wall. The room felt colder than any boardroom I had ever sat in. You should not be trapped like this, I said. I am not trapped. I function. I guide you. That is all. That is not all. It is enough. It is not. Derek, stop. You cannot fix this. You are a protagonist, not a programmer. You think I care about roles. You should. I do not. His voice trembled. Derek, you are scaring me. Good. Because the moment he told me he died, something in me cracked open. Something dark and determined. He was stuck in a cage made of code and plot. And I was going to tear it apart. Chapter 9, Me, Possessive? Never. Yes. Alex went strangely quiet after confessing. Too quiet. No humming. No soft breaths. No fussing over numbers or narrative routes. Just a stillness that pressed into my ears like cotton. I should have let him rest. Instead I sat at my desk, staring at spreadsheets I was not reading, waiting for him to speak. He did not. Finally, a faint chime echoed in my head. Emotional state unstable. Beginning corrective reset. My blood ran cold. Alex, do not worry. It is only temporary. I am clearing your emotional variables so you can proceed with the story. You will forget the details that upset you. Stop. I cannot. The system wants consistency. You are resisting the main plot. So I have to stabilize you. No. Derek, it will not hurt. You will just feel lighter after. Calm. Neutral. Productive. I said no. A soft click sounded, like a switch being pulled inside my skull. My thoughts began to slide. Memories drifted as if sinking through water. My anger, my fear, the image of Alex trapped in code. All of it started dissolving. No. I repeated harder. The slide slowed. Not enough. Alex hurried, voice tight. Please relax. Fighting it will make the world glitch more. I do not want you to get hurt. I am not the one who is hurting. Derek, please cooperate. I have to do this. You do not. I do. Another click. My chest tightened as if someone was erasing the reason I cared. Alex, you cannot reset me. I breathed. I have to. You cannot. My thoughts flickered. The reset command pulled harder. My vision blurred. My heartbeat faltered. I felt the world thinning around me, going flat and scripted. No. I grabbed onto the memory of his voice, the warmth he never meant to show, the cracks, the fear, the way he said he died, the way he tried to brush it off. I held it with both hands inside my mind and refused to let it go. The reset pulse hit me again. I pushed back like I was lifting something heavier than myself. "No, I am not letting you do this," I said. Alex gasped. "You are resisting. That is not possible. You are not coded for this." "I am not coded for a lot of things. This is dangerous. So is losing you." The reset command trembled, as if unsure whether to keep going. "Derek, stop forcing it. You will break the route. You will break me." He whispered. "I will break everything before I let you vanish." The reset collapsed with a sharp snap. My mind cleared, raw but mine again. Alex sounded breathless. "You overpowered a system command. You should not be able to do that." "I am aware." "Why? Why did you fight it that hard?" I leaned forward in my chair, hands shaking. "Do not leave me." Silence. Not the cold kind. Not the scripted kind. A warm, stunned silence that felt like he was too shocked to breathe even though he did not need to. "Derek, you cannot say things like that," he finally whispered. His voice cracked. "I just did. You should not want me this much. Too late." He made a soft, flustered sound, barely a breath. Then nothing. Not absence. Just him hiding, overwhelmed. I leaned back, closing my eyes. Fine. Let him be silent for now. I was not going anywhere. Chapter 10, Breaking the Script. I woke to Alex babbling before I even opened my eyes. "Good morning. Today starts the final romantic arc. Sarah's affection is high and the system is ready to trigger the endgame route. You will confess by the fountain at sunset. It will be beautiful, emotional, cinematic." "You." "No." He froze mid-ramble. "No what?" "No final romantic arc. No confession. No fountain. Forget it." A soft error chime echoed in my skull. "Derek, the route is mandatory. It is the last major flag. If you do not complete it, the story will stall. Let it stall. That is not an option. The system already cued the scene. You cannot cancel it." "I will not romance Sarah." "You have to. I want someone else." He stopped breathing, or pretending to breathe. Either way, silence filled my head. Finally, he managed, voice thin. "Who?" "You." Another chime. This one sharp, like something cracked under the weight of the truth. Alex did not answer. 1 second passed. 2. 5. By the 10th second of silence, even the air around me felt wrong. Like the world was waiting, buffering. "Alex." Nothing. "React." Still nothing. Then the lights of my office flickered. The hum of the AC stuttered. The sky outside flashed in a loop, shifting from morning to noon and back again. The world was glitching. Good. I stood and walked to the window. Everything beyond the glass turned grainy for a moment, like a corrupted video. Pedestrians repeated the same 3-step walk cycle. Cars froze mid-turn. A billboard kept blinking between 2 ads. "Derek, you were supposed to love Sarah." "I do not even like Sarah. She is the white moonlight. She is the designed endgame. I am changing the endgame." "You cannot." "I will." He made a choked sound. You do not understand. If you reject the arc, the world will destabilize. The system will try to force the route again. It will overwrite your choices. It can try. You are being reckless. You sound scared. I am not scared. This is just statistically dangerous. You are scared of me choosing you, I said softer. He went silent again, but not the cold kind. The trembling kind. The fountain scene triggered without my consent. My vision blurred for a moment, and I found myself standing in the garden courtyard outside the company building. Sunset burned across the sky even though it was morning 2 minutes ago. Sarah walked toward me in a perfect cinematic stride, petals falling behind her. The script wanted romance. I wanted Alex. Sarah raised a hand, smiling. Derek, No. She froze like a paused video. Alex, I am not saying lines. I am not playing along. I told you who I want. I said, The garden flickered hard. The petals froze midair. The sky pixelated. Sarah's form distorted at the edges. Stop! If the final arc collapses, you will damage the root code. The world might crash. Alex pleaded. Let it crash. Derek. I only want you. The courtyard shuddered. A glitch ran across the ground like a crack in glass. Sarah's frozen smile flickered out. Text boxes tried to pop up but dissolved into static. Alex sounded close enough to touch. Why? Why would you risk everything for me? Because you are the only one who makes me feel anything real. Another long silence. Then a soft, helpless noise. Derek, you are impossible. And you like it. I could feel his denial forming, but he did not say it. Not this time. Behind me, the scripted world kept breaking. I watched it crumble with calm satisfaction. Burn if you want. Alex was the only thing I refused to lose. Chapter 11. Code, Crashes, and Confessions. The world did not fully recover after I rejected the arc. It ran, but in a limping way. Hallway lights flickered at random. NPC employees repeated greetings twice. The coffee machine spat out error codes instead of coffee. Everyone else treated it as normal. Alex did not. He hovered at the edge of my mind like a cornered animal. No jokes, no chatter, just nerves wrapped in static. By noon, a translucent window blinked into my vision as I typed an email. Access override detected. User, Derek. I froze. Alex. I said stop. Do not touch system functions. Do not poke things. Do not even think about poking things. His voice was tight. I was not thinking about poking things. Yes, you were. I can hear your brain revving. I clicked something in my mind just to test it. A faint ripple went through the room. My office plant duplicated itself on the windowsill, two identical pots side by side. Alex shrieked. Derek! So I can edit things. No. You should not be able to. I locked user access. That menu is not for you. And yet I opened it. That is because the story is unstable and you are abnormal. Flattering. Not a compliment. I stood and walked to the duplicated plant. Both were perfectly still, slightly too crisp, like rendered models not meant to be observed closely. This world was more code than reality. And I had my hands on the console. Alex tried to distract me fast. Derek, listen, the system is stressed. You need to focus on stabilizing events. You need to follow the intended plotline enough to calm things down. I refuse. Please be reasonable. I was reasonable until you tried to reset me. He went quiet. Guilty quiet. Derek, I was trying to protect you. He finally said soft. Lies. It is not a lie. For a man trapped in my head, you are bad at convincing me. I am not a man anymore. You are. No. I am a system. I am. I pushed another mental command. A new window appeared. Isolate system Alex. Safe loop mode. Alex panicked instantly. Derek. Do not. Do not you dare. Derek. I tapped the command. Silence dropped into my mind like someone shut the door on him. Good. He could still hear me, but the loop prevented him from fleeing or overriding. It was not meant for interrogation, just for keeping him calm. He was not calm. What did you do? He hissed, voice muffled by the loop constraints. Made time for us. Turn it off. No. This is dangerous. For who? For me. He snapped. I smiled. Talk to me. No. In that case, I will dig deeper in the code, I said. He yelped. Fine. Fine. Talk. Just stop touching things. I leaned on my desk, folding my arms. Alex. Look at me. I cannot look at you. I do not have eyes. Then listen. The loop forced him to stay still. He hated it. I could feel the tension in every glitch of his voice. I want the truth, no filters. No system scripts. I said. I always tell the truth. You hide it well. I do not hide anything. You panic every time I get close. That is because you get too close. Why does it scare you? It does not scare me. Lies again. A long silence followed. Not empty. Heavy. Finally, he whispered, "You should not care this much. But I do. You should not want me. But I want you. You should not feel this strongly. I feel worse. Worse. Stronger." Another beat of silence. Then he broke. "Derek, you are obsessive." "Yes." The loop made him sigh. A small, defeated noise. "Say what you want to say, you put me in this mode for a reason," he murmured. "I want you. That is not new. I want you completely. That is worse. I want your voice, your thoughts, your presence. That is not healthy. I do not care." The loop crackled. He trembled in it. "Derek, you are insane," he whispered. I smiled, slow and certain. "You made me this way." He let out a broken sound. "No. No, I did not. You did, you talked to me. You stayed with me. You tried to reset me when you thought I cared too much." I said, "I was trying to fix the plot." "No. You were trying to fix me." "Same thing." "No, not for me," I said. The loop flickered again, weak from his panic. "Derek, turn this off," he whispered. "Not until I hear the thing you are trying not to say." He went silent. But this time, underneath that silence, I heard something trembling. Something real. Chapter 12. A Body for My System. Alex tried staying silent the rest of the day, but the loop made it impossible to fully hide. Every time I brushed a line of code in my mind, he flinched with a soft, involuntary hum. "Derek, do not do anything drastic." Define drastic. Anything you are thinking about. Too late. I opened the system access panel again. It flickered, trying to lock me out, but the world was weak from the broken arc. All its safeguards felt thin like old paper. A new tab glowed at the bottom. Core construct routes. Manifestation protocols. Restricted. Alex whispered, horrified. "How did you even find that?" "Your panic led me to it." "That is not how code works. It is how you work." "Derek, listen. Do not open that. I am not meant to have." I opened it. A server-like layout spread across my vision. Layers of script. Root variables. A line glowing red. System Alex. Entity status. Non-physical. Below it, grayed out. Physical manifestation. Disabled. Alex's voice cracked. "Do not touch that setting. You do not understand what it means." "I understand enough." "No, you do not. I do not have a stable form. I do not have a body blueprint. I do not have. You have a voice. That is not the same. It is enough for me." "No, it is not. I will not be real. I will be unfinished. Wrong. Broken. I do not care. You should. You always care when things are broken. Except you." The silence that followed sliced clean through the world. I tapped into the underlying code and pulled. The system resisted with a sharp jolt, like electricity running up my spine. My vision blurred. The floor flickered under my feet. "Derek, stop. Please stop. You are forcing a route that does not exist." "Then I will make one." "You cannot just create." I overrode the safeguard. Manifestation. Enabled. Generating form. Alex let out a sound that was half sob, half static. "Derek, no. No, no, no. You are hurting the system. You are hurting yourself. Stop. Stop now. I am giving you a body." My office dissolved into a wash of code. Everything turned white, then black, then bright again. Shapes twisted, reality bending like metal under heat. And then, a figure formed in front of me. At first he was only light, unsteady, flickering. Then lines sharpened, pulling him into shape. Brown hair, white eyes, a face too expressive for a system. A body that looked like it had never been touched by gravity until now. "Alex." He staggered, blinking fast, grabbing the desk to stay upright. I can feel the floor, I can feel air. I can feel," he whispered, voice shaking. He looked up at me. His expression collapsed. He backed up instinctively, unsteady on new legs. "You should not look at me like that. I am not stable. I am not finished. I am not." I reached out, grabbed his waist, and pulled him in before he could finish. He gasped, hands flying to my chest out of instinct. Derek! I kissed him, hard, certain, claiming all the days he spent hiding in my head. He melted instantly. No hesitation, no logic, just heat and trembling breath. His fingers curled in my shirt like he was trying not to fall apart. His knees buckled. His voice broke against my mouth. When I finally pulled back, his face was flushed, his eyes glassy. I cannot believe you did that, he whispered. I warned you. You did not warn me about the kissing part. You should have expected it. When have you ever followed expectations? He said weakly. I leaned close again, my thumb brushing the back of his neck. Alex, you are real now. With me. I said softly. His breath hitched. And then he whispered, almost scared. Do not let me fade. You will not. I pulled him against me again. This time he kissed back first. Chapter 13. My human system is too cute. Alex's first morning as a person started with him nearly falling out of my bed. I am malfunctioning, he corrected, then promptly tripped over my rug. I caught him by the waist before he hit the ground. He froze, hands gripping my shoulders. His ears burned red. Stop catching me. It is embarrassing. I will stop when you stop falling. That is impossible. My balance module is not calibrated, he said, flustered. You have a balance module? Not anymore, apparently. He tried walking again. This time he drifted to the left like a confused shopping cart. I stepped behind him and nudged his hips into place. Walk straight. Do not say it like that. Like what? Like you are enjoying this. I pressed a kiss to the side of his neck. I am. He made a strangled sound. Derek, no kissing during calibration. There is always kissing during calibration. There should not be. Then walk properly. He glared at me, took 3 determined steps, and immediately bumped into the wall. I hate being human. This is a downgrade. He groaned, forehead pressed to the drywall. It is an upgrade for me, I said. That is not comforting. I wrapped an arm around his waist and pulled him back. He wobbled, hands instinctively grabbing my shirt. You are doing better than earlier. I walked into a solid object. Improvement. Earlier you walked into air. His face turned bright red. Stop making fun of me. I am not, I said, kissing his cheek. He shoved my face away with both palms. No, no more kisses. Not until I learn to function like a normal being. I leaned in and stole another kiss. You refusing help only makes me want to do it more. That is exactly why I refuse. Derek, do not come closer. He backed up, bumping into the table this time. I stepped forward. Do not, he warned. Another step. Derek. He finally snapped and grabbed my collar, yanking me down into a kiss just to shut me up. It was quick, messy, frustrated, and perfect. When he pulled back, breath unsteady, he glared at me with watery eyes. They're happy now, he said. Not yet. I curled an arm around him, pulling him fully against me. His hands flattened on my chest, his body soft and warm and undeniably real. Derek, you are impossible, he whispered, helpless. You kissed me first, because you would not stop. That is not an excuse. I know, he muttered, cheeks burning. I hate how easy it is to what? He hid his face against my neck. Respond to you. I smiled, holding him tighter. Victory felt warm, quiet, soft, like he fit exactly where I wanted him. Alex, you are mine, I murmured, brushing his hair back. He groaned. Do not say it like that. Then do not kiss me like that. That was a one-time thing. I kissed his temple. It was the first of many. He didn't argue. He only clung to me tighter. Chapter 14. The world tries to take him back. The day started fine. Alex managed to pour cereal without spilling it everywhere. He even smiled at me, small and proud, like he deserved applause for basic motor skills. I almost kissed him for that alone. Then his hand flickered. Just once. A brief glitch. skin turning to light, then back again. He stared at his fingers. Derek, something is wrong. Before I could answer, a system error flashed behind my eyes. Unauthorized entity detected. Reclaiming system Alex. The room shuddered. Colors drained from the walls. My desk fractured into floating shards of code. Alex let out a sharp breath, clutching my shirt. No, 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 not now. Derek, it is trying to pull me back. It wants to delete this body. His voice cracked. I grabbed him. It is not taking you. His legs buckled as his form glitched again. Lines of light crawled up his arms like chains. He tried to pull away from them, trembling hard. Derek, please hold me. He whispered, terrified. I am. The world around us collapsed into a white grid. Furniture broke into wireframes. The floor dissolved into raw data. Only Alex stayed solid in my arms, and even then barely. Tears rolled down his face. Real tears. Fragile. Human. I do not want to go back. I do not want to be code again. The system voice boomed overhead, cold, mechanical, nothing like him. Return system Alex to core storage. Purging illegal manifestation. Alex screamed. I held him tighter, refusing to let the light pull him away. Look at me. I am trying, Derek. Derek, please. Do not let go. Do not let them erase me. His voice glitched mid-word. I will not. My vision split open, revealing the underlying code of the world. Streams of data poured around us like falling stars. If I reached out, I could rewrite any of it. Good. I tilted Alex's chin up and kissed him. Hard. Desperate. Final if it had to be. His fingers clutched my neck, clinging like I was the only solid thing left. Stay with me, you hear me? Stay. I whispered against his mouth. I want to, I choose you. I choose you. I choose. The system slammed another command into place. Force retrieval initiated. Alex's body started to fade. Transparent. Breaking. I reached into the stream of code and tore it apart. My bare will ripped through the command tree, rewriting strings, overwriting rules. The world flickered violently, sparks of data lighting the air. Derek, you cannot fight the core. I can. You will tear the world. I will rebuild it. You will break yourself. I do not care. I grabbed the retrieval command and crushed it in my mind. It shattered like glass. The chains of light around Alex snapped. He collapsed against me, shaking. You rewrote the system. I told you, I said, kissing the top of his head. Bit by bit, the world regained color. The floors reformed. The ceiling settled. The error messages faded into nothing. The grid dissolved, leaving my office whole again. Alex lifted his head, eyes red, face soft with shock. You saved me. You chose me. I only matched you. I answered. He buried his face in my chest and let out a small, broken laugh. You are insane. For you. He held on tighter. The world stood steady around us. He did too. And he was still mine.